So what is poppin'? What is percolating, you guys? It is Poppy Cortijo, aka Parody Poppy, aka Poppy's World is the Best, and we're here with the legendary Do It All. Oh man, we're here from the Lords of Underground, and it is a special day, man. Normally I'm interviewing comedians and artists, and not only is this man an artist, he's a politician. He's a jack of all trades. He's he's a rapper, singer, producer, everything, man. He's just bringing it so much to the table, and not more than all of that, he is a New Jersey legend. So give it up for Do It All. Do It All. Yo, we're so thankful to have you, boys. Yo,
I know it's pandemic and all that.
Yeah,
but,
man.
We gonna keep it in tune.
Yeah, shouts out to FtvRadio for having us here, man. We in a dope spot, dope studio, green room here, and DJ June for bringing us all together.
Shout out
man.
DJ June, man.
Shouts out to DJ
June.
Hell yeah, son, the mixtape legend.
Word up.
So, dude, let me ask you, where did this name Do It All come from, and how long has it been with you?
It's been with me for a while, man. It's been with me probably since the first time I got into high school.
Okay.
I was with a crew of cats, man. We was running around Newark Tech in Newark, New Jersey, and we were just being mischief high school guys.
Yeah.
And from that mischief, we got into, people started calling us the Slushkey Boys because we had a slush machine in our cafeteria.
Yeah.
And let's just say we were doing a lot of things other than consuming the slushy.
Yeah.
So they started calling us the Slushkey Boys. And with that, one of my dudes, Kenya Reed, we call him KR, he gave everybody a nickname. And I was on the baseball team, the basketball team, the computer club, the business club.
Yeah.
I was on the student government.
Oh, see?
I was involved in everything. One day I'm running down the hallway, and this is my guy, but I ran past him without dapping him up. He was like, yo, you're not gonna give me a pound? I'm like, yo, I'm late for baseball practice. He's like, baseball practice? Didn't you just come out of the business meeting and this meeting?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, but I'm late. And he was like, there he go, do it all, do. My name is Dupre. My real name is Dupre, so everybody always called me Do. If you was family, you called me Pray. If you was a friend, you called me Do. And he just started, there he go, do it all, do. Do it, he do everything in this school, do it all, do. And I used to battle people in the hallways, and one day, I think the very next day, I'm battling somebody in the hallway. My man Ali with those big hands beating on the walls of Newark Tech. I'm battling and tearing the frame out of him. And he was like, get him, do it all. Get him, do it all, do. Get him. And the whole school just started calling me Do It All, Do. And that's where I got my name from.
See, that's legendary right there, yo. That just from right there. If and nothing else happened yet, just from that name is like, it's a destiny,
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's definitely like a destiny, man. Just of you for what's to come. Now let me ask you. Say you was battling in school. Do you remember any like punchlines that really like got him?
I don't know. I remember one rhyme. I think I am the mighty one, the mightiest of them all. The name is Dupre, but some say Do It All. So I don't know, man. It sounds crazy to me now, but yeah.
Nah, that's awesome.
We've been rhyming for a long time, man.
What year was that?
That probably was, man, that had to be like, ooh. What year you was born, Pop?
94 to infinity.
Yeah, so it was probably 10 years before you was born.
Yeah, I was
84.
Damn, I wasn't even
85.
swimming.
85. So you was 1 year old. Yeah, you was 1 year old when I was battling in the hallway.
That's awesome though, man.
Yeah.
That's just legendary, man. That's what it's all been. Now let me ask you. So the Lords of the Underground. When did that begin? So was it from the Slushkey Boys?
Nah. Lords of the Underground happened when I went to college. I went to a HBCU university.
Shout out to HBCU.
Yeah, man, in North Carolina called Shaw University. When I got down there, DJ Lord Jazz, who's Lords of the Underground DJ, he was the hottest DJ on the campus. He was DJing all the parties. I started freestyling just at all of his parties, man, and it went so dope, that his good friend, one of his best friends, was Marley Marl's cousin. Marley Marl is the legendary DJ Marley Marl from Queensbridge, and he was going to work for him when he graduated. And he told his best friend, who was my DJ, put a group together. and he put myself with Mr. Funky Man, who's also from Newark, New Jersey.
Yeah.
And that's how Laws of the Underground got started, even though that wasn't our name in the beginning. And then, I don't know if you remember Intelligent Hoodlum, who goes by the name of Tragedy Gaddafi right now.
Okay, yeah.
He found CNN, you know, Capone and Noriega.
Yeah.
Also was a big influence to Mobb Deep, probably Nas, and all of those cats. Everybody wanted to be him back then. You know, we got our name from him saying it in the freestyle, even though his story says he told Marley that when he put out a group, he wanted to name them Laws of the Underground. So whatever way it went, we got our name from Tragedy Gaddafi.
That's awesome, man. Yo, that's a story right there in itself, man. So okay, so you that was answering my next question. Where did that name come from? So
yeah, shout out to Trage, man. Greenberry TV. That's this green background right now. Greenberry TV.
So let me ask you. So what was the year that Chief Rocka popped, and that's when y'all started touring? I know I was watching one of your older interviews.
Yeah.
And you said you went on 20. You've been to 27 countries over 10 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is crazy. That's awesome, man.
We've traveled the world, man, immensely, man. It's been January 12th of this year actually makes 30 years that we've been a group, Laws of the Underground, even though we didn't pop until we got on in 91, but we didn't really blow until 93. So when Chief Rocka went, you know, we had hip hop rap #1s. We had Psycho, we had Here Come the Lords, we had Funky Child. But when Chief Rocka came out and it went top 40 is a different reaction. Yeah. It's a different
Feeling
reaction.
yourself a little bit too. You can't tell me nothing. I'm a spitter for real. You know?
Yeah, exactly. You know, BET's 1993 Group of the Year. You know what I mean? So that'll tell you.
Yeah, I did a lot for BET, right?
Yeah, man, we did a lot for BET. Before they started becoming the big BET with the award shows, we used to do our award shows in like little rooms like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm saying little because it's not a little room.
No, yeah.
But compared
to their
award
stadiums,
show.
you know what I mean? Yeah. They're basically stadiums or theaters now.
Definitely.
That's crazy, man. So, let me ask you. So the year that y'all went on tour was what? The first tour that y'all went on?
The first tour that I remember us going on, we did spot dates. So the first time I ever was on a plane was because of hip hop.
Wow.
You know what I mean? We went to I believe our first trip was to Chicago. And we didn't come home, it seemed like, for 2 years after that.
Yeah.
You know, but the first tour that I remember going on, shout out to Teddy Riley and Rex in Effect. You know, with the Rump Sugar.
Yeah.
You know, so we went on tour with Teddy Riley, Rex in Effect, Roxanne Shante. I believe Big Daddy Kane had a couple of spot dates on that. He was like the headliner, him and Rex in Effect. And the first spot that we went overseas on was London.
London's crazy, right?
London is crazy, man.
What do you think? We're gonna continue on the whole tour, but London specifically, how do you feel like hip hop is affected in London? You know what I mean? Because I know, like, I've been watching I watch a lot of documentaries. I know that even they made fake rap groups in London. You know what I mean? Like basing off of really.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So tell me about like how did they? I mean, I know they love you. How was it over there?
London, man, it's just like. It's like the bizarro world of America.
Right.
That's how I look at it. And that's not a disrespect
No, not at all.
to London. But it's the bizarro world because Bizarro was everything opposite of Superman.
Right.
So, and the only reason why I say that because everything was opposite of America. You know, we drive on the left hand side of the car. They drive on the right hand side of the car. We maneuver through the right side or the left side of the street. The right side of the street. They move on the left side of the street. So everything was kind of in reverse in London. But London is so dope.
Did you drive when you was out there?
I have driven it when I was out there, but I didn't drive that initial time. You know, London was dope, man. They got a lot of great rappers out there, man. A lot of good character. Brixton was definitely dope. Manchester definitely dope. London got a vibe.
Yeah,
they got a vibe. Actually, man, I think all this drill music sound and all of that. If I'm not mistaken, man, I mean I know Chicago gets the love for the drill music, but them trap sounding beats and all of that. I think it was called Zouk music or something. If I'm not mistaken, that I first heard out in London, man. You know,
back in
the day, those type of beats.
Yeah, the UK, it's called UK drill now. That's what they call that, UK drill. But even like Pop Smoke, rest in peace. Pop Smoke, you know, he did a lot of his stuff over there. He was working with UK producers, and that's how you get that sound. But it did. You like you said, it shouts out to Chicago.
It probably wasn't what it was. It probably wasn't what it is now.
Nah, of course not. But
you can hear it back then.
You can always, you know what I mean? But history repeats itself in ways like that. You know what I mean? And nostalgia is, I think, is what brings people together in culture, period. That doesn't matter language or anything like that.
Right.
You know?
That's facts. Man.
Yeah.
Facts.
So okay, so you went to London. So would you say your favorite place you went to is London? What's your favorite country you went to?
Oh, man. You know, my favorite place, London definitely has a vibe. But my favorite place, man, is Greece.
Greece.
Yeah, you got a lot of stray dogs running around Greece, but it's the most beautiful place, man. Beautiful islands. I mean, I remember walking up into in front of a government building and just grabbing a peach off of a tree in front of the government building. And somebody told me that they plant fruit trees around different places for the homeless. So when the homeless, they can have things to eat. So you could just walk right up to a tree and grab a peach off of it and eat. You can walk right up and grab an apple and just eat. That's a beautiful thing, you know what I mean? So Greece was one of my favorite places, man, because they had some beautiful islands. But I mean, I've been to a lot of beautiful places. Yeah. You know, the south of France is another one of my places because we spent a lot of time there. My partner Funk had a villa there. He lived there for maybe 4 or 5 years. Lord Jazz lived in Paris for about 13, 14 years. So yeah, man.
Isn't that crazy to think that where y'all came from, and then we able to live in Paris and different things like that? Like, if it wasn't for hip hop, you know.
Man, look at that though. Look at the power of energy. Look at the power of hip hop. Look at the power of music.
Right.
How it brings everybody together from language. Like, we've been performing in Japan. Nobody can speak English, but they recited every word of my verse that I wrote here on 19th Street in the West Ward.
That's amazing, you know? Dude. Wow. That's amazing, man. And I was watching a couple of your interviews, man. I know that you was talking about you was on tour with Tupac and Naughty by Nature, and I know that I don't think you weren't on tour with Biggie, but Biggie was always around. Even
we Big wasn't really out yet. Big was cool with Pop, so he would hang around with Pop while we were on tour with Pop. So he would be on the tour bus. Big was cool, man, and Big got a lot of influence from us, man, and that's not in a disrespectful way. But if you listen to the early Big as an MC trying to find himself, listen to him, and then listen to Funky Man from Lords of the Underground.
Right.
He's kind of sound like, you know what I mean, and that's not a bad thing.
Not at all.
Like, you know, you can just tell that he got some among the right, among the night. Oh, that's Funky Man, early Funky Man. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You just gotta listen to it.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Shout out, you know, rest in peace to Big, man. I miss Big.
Rest in peace, man. Yeah, no, I love Big. Big is my everything, man. I've always looked up to Big as a big dude. You know, you know what I mean? You always got that extra love for Big when
shout out to Biggie, man. Shout out to his son. Shout out to Faith. Shout out to his daughter. Shout out.
Faith is another Jersey legend, right?
Yeah, straight Brick City, definitely. Yep, all day. Shout out Faith.
Now let me ask you, you had a slight beef for a second with Tupac. Not a big thing, but isn't that true?
No, it wasn't really a beef. It was just kind of like we went on his tour, and Funk had used to come to the van or the truck or whatever, the transportation late, and we were in the van with Pop. And he just started talking in third person about being late, you know, and he had Thug Life in the van with him. And you know, they were laughing at everything he said, and I just felt like we were starting to be disrespected, so I couldn't let that happen.
Not at all.
So you know, being from Newark, you know, my machismo, young adult kicked in, so I started talking in third person. You know, like people act like they from the West Coast, they really from the East Coast. You know, I started talking like that, and then it was kind of tension between us. But right before it really got heated, Funk got on the van. You know,
all right, so you made it in.
And then Pop came to my hotel room, man, motel room. That's when you went to the outside room. And we squashed it, man. But that's when I really got to know Pop. Like he really told me about like running for office and getting more fans of hip hop because those become our voters. You're talking about a 20-year-old guy talking this way. But now that I look back, you know, he was raised by the Black Panthers, people who were in or associated or directly associated with the Black Panther movement. Right. So he would have that mentality, but it was just weird for me being a 20-year-old when we drinking Brass Monkey mixed with Hennessy, smoking bud, you know, and we all on tour. It was just weird to me, like, wow, here's this young guy talking like my older manager talks. Yeah. You know, so it was a great experience, man. I really would have loved to see what Pac would be right now as a 50-year-old. Because he would be turning 50 in June of this year. You know what I mean? So I would love, Pac probably would have been the mayor of Oakland or the mayor of Baltimore.
Yeah, I think so too.
Something. Man. He would have been something, man. Definitely.
Nah, and you know, kind of going off of that, you took that conversation to heart because now you know you have your own political aspirations, right? You're running. What are you running for?
Running for the city councilman in the city of Newark, and that conversation played a part in it, you know, because he was saying, dude, whoever the popular rappers were then, he was mentioning them. He was saying, you know, Redman you and Redman have to do it in Newark. Tretch has to do it in East Orange. Common has to do it in Chicago. You know, Ice Cube has to do it in LA. And he was saying that if we have millions of fans that buy our records, we have to speak to them. We have to tell them something, give them something of substance. And then we have to get them to become voters so that they can vote for us so we can effectively make change to legislation. Yeah. Because legislation is how laws are made. And if we can make the laws, then we can make them for our culture or fix them for our culture. Right. And we have to be voted into office by the people to become elected officials. And I listened to that whole night and I said, man, we rappers, we ain't no politicians. Yeah. But I mean, he's right. As I became, you know, got older and understood what the mentality of our people and the residents and what a voice really means, I said, man, you know what? He was talking to me then for now. Right.
Now, you know, going off that now, as you're running for council, what do you think post-pandemic is the most important thing that you're going to be doing and focus on for the city of Newark?
Well, I think that we need to focus on what the needs of the people are. Right. You know, we really need to have I know that we have town halls, you know, we have city addresses, but we really need to sit down and talk to the people and see what their needs are. Because we truly supposed to be public servants. People have a disregard or a bad taste in their mouth for politicians because who they become once they enter into those seats. And I think a lot of times we forget that we're not really politicians are really public servants. Right. So if you don't serve the public, then how can you be a true politician? And in order to be a true politician, you have to be the voice for the people. In order to be the voice for the people, you have to listen to the people and see what their needs are and try to use everything in your power to answer their needs. And right now, after the pandemic, there's so many different needs like housing, rent, mortgage control, rent control, businesses. There's so many businesses losing their properties and their businesses and their establishments. So, you know, home ownership, foreclosure is going to be at an all-time high. So it's about navigating through those type of things. And in order to navigate to those type of things, you need information, right? Because information changes situations. And I believe that. Like, if you get enough information, it can change your situation. Now, the problem is we can't always depend on the politicians just to do it. Right. I'll give you an example. As Lords of the Underground, when we had the major deal, they did everything for us. They paid you money. They took care of anything you wanted to take care of. All you had to do is make a phone call. You had a car picking you up. Make a phone call at a restaurant you were eating. Everything was taken care of for you. So you kind of, in a sense, that makes you lazy. Right. But what I would say is that the people who takes that, you know, that work, that help, that assistance, but also gives back and assists them with help. Let me help you, help me type of thing. They're the ones who actually be on top. You know what I mean? Kobe in the gym 4 hours before the practice starts. Mm-hmm. He's helping the team. He's helping himself help the team.
Right.
He's not just waiting to practice start. The people of Newark, New Jersey, have to stop waiting for things to happen for them. You know, if you're a part of the bad things that happen in Newark, New Jersey, if you're a part of its demise, then you want to be part of the renaissance when it's popping.
Right.
If you got a girl, right, and she's with you when you don't have nothing, and then you make it, right, and she's with you, or let's even take the girl out the picture. If you got a homie that's with you, and y'all splitting Chinese food together, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then
that's rare for me. But
right. You ain't splitting no food, right?
No food.
But you splitting something with your homie. When you make it and y'all popping bottles together, you looking at them like, yeah, pop, what's up? Like, because you remember what it was like.
Yeah,
and that's all
about it. Now we here. Yeah.
Now we here. So that's all I'm saying is that the residents, the people of the community, don't just ask for anything without putting in anything. Just like you were part of it when it was bad, you have to want to be part of the renaissance.
Right.
So go out there and find out what's happening. Find out the programs. Find out what are the things that can help you. Don't allow any politician to just do it on their own. Make them do it for you.
Right.
You know? So, yeah.
That's awesome, man. So what do we need to do? So we're in Lyndhurst right now, you know. So
yeah. Shout out to everybody in Lyndhurst.
Shout out to everybody in Lyndhurst. So as New Jersey residents, what can we do to help you get elected? Because you're not elected as of right now.
No.
Not yet.
Man, as New Jersey residents, man, you need feet on the ground. You know, you need ground patrol and control.
Right.
You know, you need people verbalizing, talking, tell a friend to tell a friend. You need campaign dollars. You need contributions and donations. You know, even if it's $1 to donate, or text to donate, or if it's something like that. But you need money to win these elections. When I ran the last election, you can't win on popularity. I learned so many things. Yeah, I sold millions of records, but that's not going to win an election.
Right.
You know, you're getting into a field of politics, an election process that was created by the Irish over hundreds of years ago. So I'm not expected because I sold a few million records to get in here and think, oh, I'm going to be elected because I was popular. No, it's a different game. You got to be serious. You got to understand that you're representing a mass of people,
right.
A group of people. You can't come in here just thinking that, oh, I have this great idea. It's not about the great idea. It's about the unity and the philosophy of legislation and policy that's really going to make the difference. So the people that want to help, you know, you can hit me up on my Instagram. Just go to Do It All for Newark, and that's FOR Newark on Instagram. You know, message me, DM me, or go to Facebook, Do It All for Newark, and that's DOITALLFOR Newark on Facebook and Instagram. Send me a message, man, and I'm gonna walk you through of how you can assist. You know,
for sure, man. We here with Do It All, man.
Yeah.
The legendary legend of the Lords of the Underground. We talking about all things politics. We talking about his career, and we're gonna ask some questions from all the young artists now of what they need to do to get on like you did. You know, so going back to like the beginning of when when Lord of the Underground was first popping and trying to do their thing. What are some advice that you could give to the youngins trying to get on? You know, obviously it's a different way with the internet and different things like that, but certain things is always going to stay the same. So obviously you're going to have some.
I mean, man, the advice, like you said, it's a different world, you know. So my advice is it comes from a place of direction, not so much of doing this, pointing the finger like you need to do this. Because if I tell you what to do that got me to where I am, what to do that got me to where I am, that only might get you to where I got to.
Right.
Because that's the map and the blueprint that I know. So I don't like to tell people what to do. I just would tell them, you know, believe in what you're doing because you might create that next thing. Believe who you are. Believe inside and out what you're doing is the best because you might create something that I've never done before. All I can tell you is when I went over there was a pothole. But by me telling you that, now you might jump that pothole when we never tried to jump it. You know, so I'm not going to tell you don't go over that way because it's a pothole. I'm going to just tell you that it's a pothole over there.
Right.
So you understand how to deal with it not go over there or go over there, but I'm not going to tell you not to,
right?
Because you might have a new way. It might be a vine that grew that you can swing across, you know. So I don't like to tell people what to do. So my advice is believe in yourself, trust in yourself, and do it. Take a chance and just do it, because you might be creating that new thing.
That's incredible, man. I take those words to heart, especially because, you know, I consider myself a versatile artist. You know, I do parodies, I do comedy, I'm doing whatever it takes to, you know, get on into comedy.
Yo, it's crazy that you said the comedy, because I heard that when you said, I got somebody that want to stop by here. You know Big Robbie from Atlanta, the comedian.
Oh yeah, Big Rob, heck yeah.
Big Rob, he lands at 10 o'clock. And Munchie,
yeah,
they want to come by.
For sure, let them, so they can always come by.
I only got like 1% left on my battery, but as soon as we finish the interview, I'm gonna give them the address to come by.
For sure.
They leave Sunday. Maybe we could do some funny stuff.
Nah, most definitely, I'm down. Yeah, that'll be awesome. I follow all those guys. Shouts out to Robbie's World.
Shout out to Robbie World.
Shout out to Munchies, man. That's good. Yo, Robbie's World, Munchies, Poppy's World coming soon. Do it all. Put it all together, man.
Let's go.
Shouts out to Do It All for that, yo. That's awesome. Now, I know you also had a track with French Montana, right?
We didn't. Well, French Montana used one of our popular records, Funky Child. Shout out to Harry Fraud. Shout out to French Montana.
La Musica de Harry Fraud.
That's my guy, man. We just had a misunderstanding, man. And when I say a misunderstanding, as far as I look at it, everybody say that French is a real good guy. I spoke to him one time on the phone when he came to Jersey, but I don't really have a relationship with French. I just was kind of upset that when he did Shot Callers, he basically used the entire framework of Funky Child. You know, not the lyrics or anything, but he did say in the lyrics he was a funky child. Yeah. You know, but when he used it and he did the visual, he did the video, he called all of the 90s groups to be in the video.
Okay, yeah.
But he didn't reach out to the person that he's emulating the song after.
Yeah.
That's like if I emulate you, but I call Munchie, I call, you know, all of them, but I don't call Poppy.
Yeah, nah, that's...
You're like, well, okay, well, he's emulating me. Why didn't he call me? You know, so that was the discrepancy, but, you know, we'll have a conversation one day. But shout out to French.
So it's not resolved as of right now?
We just haven't had a conversation.
Yeah, there's obviously no beef or anything, but then
we just haven't had a conversation. But I did have a conversation with Harry Fraud, and that's my guy. You know, you might even see some Harry Fraud lords. You know.
Oh, you heard it here first. Harry Fraud, ex-Lord.
And that's real. You heard it here first. I've never said that before.
Oh, man. Yo, I'm excited for that. Yo, Harry Fraud is literally one of my favorite producers ever. From Birds on the Wire. I used to go to I used to be in like a real Christian school, you know, and stuff like that. Shouts out to Jesus and all the Christians.
Shout out to Jesus.
Yeah, feel me? But,
shout out to Jesus.
But I remember for one of my projects, like the end of the year projects, I had to like make something. So I like did a whole verse about the year to the Birds on the Wire. You know,
wow, Harry Fraud. I would love that, man.
Yeah, shouts out to Harry Fraud. He's my guy.
Harry Fraud, man.
Now let's talk about Lords of Underground and your connection to Wu-Tang and Redman and different things like that. So I know that I heard that Redman was DJing for you at one point. Is that true?
Yeah, Redman used to be my DJ, man. It was Do It All Do, the Wonder Twins. We had dancers that was like Scoob and Scrap. Shout out to Dorian and Rockmon. The Wonder Twins and DJ Cut Killer.
Oh man,
Redman was Cut Killer.
Oh.
That's my brother, man. We've known each other. Yeah, we've known each other since we were 11 years old. We grew up in the West Ward together. He's from 20th Street. I'm from 19th Street. And Tretch is actually from 18th Street, but on the east. You can go on Snow Goons YouTube and check out What's Up featuring Onyx, and you can check out Insomniac on there. It's all produced by Snow Goons. We got some stuff coming, man. We just was in the studio with Eric Sermon from the legendary EPMD. Yeah, man. The Green Eye Bandit, myself, and Mr. Funky, man, and DJ Lord Jazz might be coming up with something funky. For real.
That's special, man. Ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
And you got I know you got a song with the mayor, right?
Yeah.
Keep the Faith?
Yeah, so I got a solo album called Brenda's Son. And the pandemic kind of paused that up a little bit, but I did 2 singles with that. Just dropping videos. I got another one coming right now called At Risk. And the song I did with the mayor, man, he's a phenomenal poet. And it's called Keep the Faith. And he just blessed me on that joint, man. You can check that out on my YouTube page, Do It All Do. And that's DOITALLDU. All my social media is basically the same. Okay. Do It All Do. And you can check out the mayor on that. And then I got a joint called The Life that I did. So you can check out those visuals.
Okay, bet. And you got an OnlyFans?
I'm got OnlyFans right after this. Nah, I don't have no OnlyFans.
Okay, so now Do It All don't got an OnlyFans.
Hey, you know, maybe I need to get one or something.
Listen,
Only for the fans.
not for nothing. A lot of people making money off OnlyFans just by putting like their music or certain videos and stuff like that. So I know.
Hey, it's something to explore, man. I'm open. You know, I'm open for progression.
Now let's talk about if y'all was on a versus, who you think is your best going up against?
If we were on a versus, I would love to see DOS Effects.
Oh, that would be hard.
I would love, and shout out to Dre's in school. I know a lot of people, we've been having a lot of interviews lately, and a lot of people have been asking, what's the beef with DOS Effects? DOS Effects is our boys.
Yeah.
We have no beef with DOS, man. We just tell a story of when there was some misunderstandings, you know what I mean? Some miscommunications. But school, books, Dre's, those are our guys, man. DJ Rendezvous, DJ Dice, those are our dudes. So, but I would love to have a versus with DOS Effects and call it Underground Effects.
Yo, June, let's make that happen. We gotta make the right calls, yo. Let's make this happen, bro. And I know you also got the commission, right, with Dame Dash?
Yeah, shout out to Dame Dash, man. Shout out to Senator Eddie Milton. Shout out to Congressman Andre Carson. Shout out to Kanye West. Shout out to the Yacht Squad. Yeah, man, we got the commission, and what that is we bring people from the community and the faith-based organizations, politics, community leaders, and education. Shout out to OSG too, and which is about over 100 principals throughout the country, and we bring them all to the table, and we just talk about community interests. You know, what's our plight right now? What should we get involved in? Who should we back? Who should we put financial help behind and things of that nature?
That's awesome, man.
Oh, this is it right here too, man.
Yeah, show the shirt.
Yeah, commission. Shout out to the commission, man.
Where can they get that? Is that on the...
Man, yeah, you can get this shirt right now, man. You see the double D, the Dame Dash on it. You can go to Dusko Poppington, DuskoPoppington.com, and you can get the commission gear.
Fine, man. We definitely got to get some of that. Get some for me and GJ June.
Yes,
get
man.
a 2X. Right. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, dang, let's get this 2X for Big Poppy over here.
That's it, man. I'm trying to be a part, man. Now, another question, right? I know that, especially since you trying to join the council and everything like that. How do you feel that now that the legalization of weed in New Jersey? How do you feel about that? Because I've actually gotten some mixed messages on a couple different podcasts.
Right.
From a couple different guests. They said they liked it. They said they're scared. You know, so what do you say about that?
I say just the way they felt about prohibition back then is the same way that they're probably feeling now. Anytime you bring anything that's different, unusual, or goes against the grain, you're going to get pushback.
Right.
It doesn't mean that this doesn't work. It's just not. It just doesn't happen regularly.
Right.
It's not normal in the sense of every day. So. Only thing that I would say about the marijuana, I think that it's a great thing if we legalize it, because it will stop a lot of people from going to jail for years of a senseless crime. You know, if you legalize marijuana, there's two parts to it though. You have the tax part, the economic part of it, but then you also have the social aspect of it.
Right.
If we make it legal, we automatically have to have programs set and let the people out who have non-violent crimes out of jail.
Yeah.
But not only let them out of jail, now we have to create programs because you had them locked away for so long. So I think that is the issue. It's not about legalizing it because the money portion is in effect already.
Right.
That's easy. But what are we going to do with our brothers and our sisters, our men and our women who are locked up for this crime that is now legal? And not only what are we going to do program-wise, how are we going to get them involved in the economic development of that new business?
Right.
You know, because these guys were scientists who you sent to jail for 20 years for having multiple pounds or whatever their offense was, who can come out and utilize that knowledge and that ability to run these companies.
Right.
I think Oakland, is it Oakland and San Francisco? I think they did a great job at doing that. They let people out. And those people who had marijuana charges, they allowed them to run dispensaries, they allowed them to run grow houses, and it helped them because they have the knowledge.
Yeah.
You know, information changes situations, as I continue to say. So let the people who actually know how to manipulate the information to be progressive with it, allow them to come home and do the same thing.
No, that's awesome, man. I think that definitely needs to happen. I think it's gonna be a while though for them to get to that point, you know.
Well, in New Jersey, the law has passed. We just got to get the law right.
Right.
We got to get the rhetoric of the law right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's there once we get it right. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, man. Any last thoughts that you have? Do it all, man.
Man, if y'all not watching Big Poppy over here,
You know what I mean?
Poppy's World. If y'all not watching Poppy's World, man, you probably watching yourself in the mirror too much. Watch Poppy's
Too
World,
much,
man. FTV, man. You already know how
Salute
it goes
to you,
down,
do it all, man. Last thing, what? Let's get some dates. Do you have any dates? You know, when's the album drop? Do you have any dates on that?
Brenda's son, very soon, and I'm glad you asked that because I'm getting on the phone with the distributors tomorrow and say, look, man, let's just go ahead and put this Brenda's son out. I wanted to make it right, man, but you know, it's like having a baby.
Right.
It's never a right time, I guess, right? So we gonna put this baby out, man. Brenda's
That's exciting,
son,
man.
Very soon, like
all
real
streaming,
soon.
all streaming platforms.
All streaming platforms, and right now, The Life and Keep the Faith, which are the first two singles, they're on all streaming platforms. You know, check it out on Spotify. Go to Spotify. You know, Apple Music, all the platforms.
That's exciting,
And subscribe
man.
to my YouTube. Subscribe and follow on my YouTube too.
Yeah, man. Mine too. And FTV Radios, Poppy's World and FTV Radio, but especially Do It All Do. It's Do It All Do, right?
That's
YouTube?
right. That's right. I made $30 on there, so let's pick it up.
Here we go. Come on.
Hey, do choices real quick.
Yeah.
Foxy or Little Kim?
Lil' Kim.
Mayweather, Mike Tyson.
Ooh. Young Mike or Mike now? Okay, I'll answer that in a two-part way. Mayweather for his dedication and how he approaches his craft of remaining a winner. What I've learned from Mayweather is to be patient. In any fight, in any battle, in any war, I learned from Mayweather that patience wins those battles. So that if you don't have to get hit, don't get hit. But patience wins wars. Patience wins battles. Mike Tyson, I've learned that commitment and sustainability by staying, committed to being better, he has turned into an incredible person. Like Mike Tyson is an incredible person to build with and talk to. So all of the things that people think, the voice and the craziness, man, I'm sitting down like this with Mike Tyson, like, what? Say it again, like, so yeah, Mike Tyson on a whole nother level. If I had to take, I would take patience from Mayweather, and I would take finding yourself, committed to knowing who you are, from Mike Tyson.
Which is the old, which is
the newer Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
The newer Mike. The new
Kobe
Mike Tyson.
or Michael Jordan?
Jordan.
Jordan.
Yeah, I know all of the young cats gonna kill me, but Jordan. Both of them have their own thing. You know what I mean? That's like you asking me Drake or Jay-Z right now.
Yeah.
They're both legends. They're both doing it in their time. Like Drake is amazing in his time. Jay-Z was amazing in his time, but every time, look, Drake's supposed to be better than Jay-Z, right? Because he comes after Jay-Z. So anything that comes after greatness is supposed to be greater or be more than that greatness.
True.
That's why when we came out, we were making more money than Melly Mel and Grandmaster Cash, but those are kings. Those are great people. When Drake and all of them came out, they make more money than we made. You're supposed to be better than the thing that you come after.
All right. Let me give you a harder one. Batman or Superman?
Thor.
I'm going Batman only because I don't like that Superman could be killed with kryptonite. You feel me? Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
easy. Now let me ask you this.
I'm gonna go with Batman too though, because Batman is like, he's a man.
Yeah.
So to do all that he's
just
doing,
disciplined.
it takes a certain discipline. It takes a certain understanding and belief in yourself that you can compete against these superhuman beings with just a suit and gadgets.
Yeah,
Man,
like
that's
Dark
hard.
Knight?
That's
Like-
courage. Superman, if I got big guns or big muscles and I know nobody can stop me, I'm tough against anybody.
Yeah, he don't gotta try. You know what I
You
mean?
know what I mean?
The last one. Freddy Krueger or Jason?
Freddy Krueger or Jason? See, Jason just popped up on you. He was in the woods and he quiet. He that sneak attack. You know, Krueger gotta wait till you fall asleep to get you.
Yeah, I don't like
You
messing
know what
with
I
my
mean?
sleep. I don't want to mess with my sleep.
Yeah, I might have to go with Jason, man.
Jason.
Yeah, I might have to go with Jason.
Last one. If you're supposed to roll a blunt and enjoy your high with Bob Marley or Donald Trump? I said enjoy your high with.
Enjoy your high with. I'm gonna go with Bob Marley though,
Oh
man.
yeah.
Yeah, because I think, you know, the people you spend your time with, the people who you have fun with, the people who you joke with and you build with, it's important, whether it's serious or whether it's fun. And I think that, yeah, you're gonna have a laughable time with
His
with
hands
Trump.
are so little, it's gonna be look big as hell.
You're gonna have fun with laughing at Trump, but you're gonna have fun with Bob Marley, and you're gonna also get some knowledge and some understanding while you're doing it.
That's true.
So I'd rather do it with him.
Now, where's the best Chinese spot in Newark, in your opinion?
Man, it used to be Alim's, the Muslim Chinese spot. Used to be on Chancellor.
Oh man.
But now I don't know. The best Chinese spot I ever had though, I can't even front, man, was in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Around
Shouts
Church
out to
Ave,
Brooklyn,
man. But Newark is cool, but the best Chinese chicken wings I ever had in my life was in Brooklyn. And I've never tasted them the same ever.
So if we went to Newark right now, where you taking me to eat? What's the best spot? What's the best spot in Newark?
If I take you to eat right now, I'm probably go down to we're gonna go down to La Rouge and we're gonna eat at Glaze. We're gonna have some great seafood.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
What you ordering? What are you ordering?
I'm gonna probably get the lobster tails with the clusters and some vegetables. You know, yeah, let me get some vegetables and lobster tails with. Yeah, I think I might have to do that after this.
Yeah. So all right, yo, you heard it here first, yo. Me and Duda, we about to go to what's that called again?
Glaze, La Rouge, baby. Come
We
on
about to have
down.
some lobster tails, yo. FTV Radio, thank you so much, everybody here at FTV Radio for having us. Do It All, shouts out to his son, DJ Do It All, killing the East Orange, right?
Well, he down in Atlanta right now.
Oh, he's in A.
That ain't really my son, but you know, he got his name from me.
Yeah, your play son.
Yeah.
But yo, thank you so much, DJ June. Thank you so much, Do It All. Yo, it is Poppy's World, and make sure you know that Poppy's World is the best.
Say that.